We are live for the pre-show 7 minutes before because, like you know, in Scrum, no, you could pass my friend. Actually, come here. This is Walter. Walter is my new neighbor. It's a remote worker to become digital nomad, maybe, who knows? So he escaped Germany as I escaped Canada. Oh, already a like, my God. So you bring me live. So say hi in German, maybe?
Hallo allerseits.
All right, so the official show starts at 12, and we're going to record the Dare Real Agile podcast today. So now we are just preparing right now, and as I said, in 6 minutes, 12 sharp as Scrum time, we are going to kick out this very special 20th anniversary of the Agile Manifesto in 6 minutes. And as I said, this is a recording also for the Dare Real Agile podcast. So now the light seems, yeah, let's do this. You see, that's why I'm in advance. Is it not? Is it not? Is it? Yes. All right, so this is it. This is it. It's pretty amazing that they saw your face and you get a like, so kind of fun. So this sound seems all right on the main console. The podcast will start later. And the music as well. So that seems to be fine. Not like on Friday, so I apologize. But again, let's inspect and adapt. The 10 people who were there last Friday, why didn't you actually warn me there was no sound after 5 minutes? And then I was talking alone like a stupid person, you know? So this won't happen today because now we are kind of ready and we're ready to kick it off. And so you might see Walter pass again in my back. Don't worry, I'm safe. I'm safe, and we're going to talk about safe today. Yes, that's the main purpose. But actually, as I mentioned in some of my advertising, and I would like to not think, but I think that I thank. No, I'm from the deep of my heart. I would like to thank Samuel Ball, my marketing agent and coach, that helped me a lot, even in this time of crisis where nobody do his number. Don't lie unless you work for the government and you have your ass on a pot of gold. You don't do your numbers as any other entrepreneur right now in the North. And as you see, my roommate and so many people, actually in Tulum, there's a digital hub of people from all around the world, and mostly the free countries such as Sweden. Yeah, Sweden is probably the only free country, not so stupid about restraining the people there. So again, 4 minutes, 4 minutes for the real life. And that's it. So yeah, so I'm safe, but I don't believe in that safe framework. We're going to talk about it. But as I mentioned, what we publicize is the real intention of this podcast. Mostly, of course, we would like to shock you with a title like "Safe is not agile and it's not even Scrum." Of course, we're going to tell you why objectively into an objective reality, because we don't believe at the Agile there's one truth, there's one definition of anything, because agile, by its adjective names, you have to be adapted to your business context and your technological context, which is, we believe, as our late mentor, Mike Beedle, which is the main intention, is one of the 17 guys co-signatory of the Agile Manifesto. And we'd like to honor him for his great contribution to the Agile movement, the first CEO who actually built a company and using Scrum back in the 1990s. And so on and so on. So 2 minutes and counting. We are going to be live very soon, and so that's the life in Mexico. So guys, be ready and lunch with us. Actually, yes, most of you on the East Coast. Of course, if there are some people from Europe right now, I think it's about 6 p.m. mostly. So the French, you probably have your apéro, un petit verre de vin, n'est-ce pas? Because you don't have dinner that early in France. Maybe it's winter, I don't know, but sometimes it's mostly the apéro right now. Oh no, it's your curfew that starts at 6. Sorry, I don't want to be nasty, but I mean, we're free in Mexico, you know? Okay. So this and that. Are you ready, guys? Me, I think I am. But let's be unpredictable, because you know the goal of these vlogcasts, that is called, yes, of course, the vlog are called Friday Live Agile, but as some of you know, we've been having some technical problem last Friday, so we canceled it, and this is why I do it on a Tuesday, disturbing my roommate and everybody else. because usually on Friday we could be more relaxed with a beer, whatever, something like this. And the Real Agile podcast, also, we have to record it for the end of this month. So, watch back soon. And I would like to thank also the 13 new subscribers since last week. This is amazing, guys. I thank you very much. And according to Google Analytics, you are from India. So if any one of you could tell me which of the language of India you mainly speak, is it Punjabi? I don't want to be judgmental. And if you could learn me some kind of greetings, I'll be able to greet you in Punjabi or another language from India. Who knows? So the sound seems right. So let's kick this. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this because I just want to do it for 45 minutes. So now, my friend, that's the real thing. Yes. Welcome to the Dare Real Agile podcast. This is your host, Alexandre Frédéric Joly. Actually, yes, and AKA Coach AF, because I'm your agile business agility coach as fuck. Yes, this one will be explicit, so be ready. As you see, the title is Safe, is not Agile, is not even Scrum, inspired by our great mentor, Mike Beedle. But we are right now, Tuesday, February the 9th, 2021. About exactly 20 years ago, 17 professional of IT, business, engineer, software developer, and also consultant and IN business were preparing to gather at Snowbird, Utah, a ski resort, to close the war. Yeah, make an end to the war they have about process framework and the best way to deliver meaningful value to user with software. That was the Agile Consortium created in 1999 by hardware company that made it happen. And after a lot of time spent into being nasty to each other on what we called back then ERC or IRC, was the undernet, you know. Now, right now, you have the social media, and then you see Twitter. So that was probably as toxic as Twitter. So they said, like, we won't solve anything by just arguing onto those chat room and chat network. So please, let's gather together in a ski resort and let's talk about it. And without being like a consensual, centralized type of thing, they say let's make some kind of agreement. And finally, they didn't know the outcome, but the outcome was this manifesto, an historical document with 4 values and 12 principles. And by the way, on my channel, you could see in both French and English a 10-minute video where I explain those 4 values and 12 principles. So it's no mean in the comment to say, oh, you always say 4 values and 12 comments, but you don't explain them. No, because the purpose of this vlog, my intention today with you as we launch together, especially for those on the East Coast, is to have primarily to honor the contribution of Mike Beedle, one of this 17 contributor of the Agile Manifesto. Because, you know, this guy is amazing. He was the first user of Scrum. He co-worked with Ken Schwaber. So Ken Schwaber, again, was the co-creator of the Scrum system, and Mike Beedle, the first CEO to put his company into a flat managed, self-organized level company with Scrum. And they worked together. The first book on Scrum and Lean that was called Scrum for Agile Software Development. So really, I'd like to respect his legacy. I was one of his more prevalent students. And I'm so glad I met him. I'm so glad he teach me business agility and the real thing. And of course, back in 2017, he wrote 2 very disruptive blog on medium.com. One was called Safe is not Agile, is not even Scrum. And he was explaining why. And I was so in sync with what he had to say. Because yes, the second part of this vlogcast and podcast I'd like to do with you guys, and I salute my runner, my jogger on the Dare Real Agile podcast. So you're going to run about 35 to 40 minutes today, I think. So the second part, secondly, is in respect to the legacy of my truthfulness master, Mike Beedle, that we have warned you, the Agile community, and you don't listen. The danger behind the scaling. We don't scale Agile, we scale a business. We'd like the business to be more profitable, and the experience of the customer, the insurance customer, maybe, who knows, to be better and more efficient. It's not about scaling Agile. Agile isn't a thing you buy. Agile is a mindset, it's a culture. And we warn you also, especially against the AIC. AIC stands for Agile Industrial Complex. All of those, and you maybe who listen to this because you'd like to confront me, and I welcome you with my boxing glove, that create that fragile movement, that fake Agile movement, with his mothership, the SAFE framework. Yes, they named themselves Scale Agile Framework. What a dumb thing. What a fucking dumb thing. Yes, I told you this will be explicit for Apple Podcast. They asked me to put an E when I say the F word, and I don't mind. And the S word, so F and S. Huh? And yes, the hashtag null shit for you. You are null out there. Please don't be dull. Don't be numb. Don't be a pod. Be an high potential individual. So yes, my friend, that was KLF from London 30 years ago, a big trance sound I was playing. Why? Because that was another point in common with Mike Beedle that I have. We're both trance DJ, plus physics, plus agile, plus lovers of Scrum. And now you hear my jingles. So without further ado, SAFE is not agile, it's not even Scrum. Why do we say that? Why do we say that? For those of you who have experience or are certified in Agile, the Scales framework, you may want to share in a comment, and I welcome actually. Of course, I am bold and disruptive. That's the goal. But I'm also open. I'm for open space, not safe space. You see the difference? Because if we don't confront of ideas, and of course, I'm an agnostic Agile. So at some point, I will be frank with you. If I walk into a client and we start discussing about their needs of having an agile mindset in their enterprise, and I see even waterfall is better for them, we won't suggest them to use any of these great values and 12 principles. But when teams are requesting or claiming to have something more flexible, to have something less procedural, less structured, more self-managed, to produce rapidly some kind of value, especially if you're in a context of you want to become the Uber or the Amazon of your industry. SAFE will not get you there. And I will even be bold, the less system will get you there, because those two are centralized systems. So you don't have a lean startup thinking mindset using the Scrum framework that you could tailor to your business and technological context. And SAFE, really, with the name in English, it's reassuring for most of the executive. So, and especially, let's remind ourselves. And in a couple of days, we will be in exactly the 20th anniversary of this great outcome of the 4 values, the manifesto itself. Okay? So when they declare that people in interaction over, let's forget the over today, okay? We are a team mature enough. So when they declare for the 4 values, people in interaction, workable, efficient product, customer collaboration, and responding to change were more important than what's over. SAFE, when you look at SAFE, I don't care if the version 5 they are in there now with business agility. Yes, 10 years later, it's like Microsoft doing the Surface 12 years after the iPad. Do you really think that the stakeholder and the shareholder are happy with that? No. So SAFE is the same thing. You are not the first, excuse me, but too late. Business agility was there with Enterprise Scrum, with Scrum at Scale that I salute of Jeff Sutherland. So please, no. So SAFE, don't even use those 4 values and their principle if you look closely. So they don't even adapt the Agile Manifesto that is the driver for every one of us who would like to change the world of work and also put a better and a smarter customer experience. People first over everything else. I remember the 3 pillars of any corporation, any company of any size, by the way. It's always the people who work there, the supplier, the consultant. So the people is the first pillar. Then the second pillar are the process. Of course, even the Agile movement, we believe that you should have some kind of process and method. We just say that we value more the people. And then you have the technological or the tooling kind of pillar, right? You're with me still? Okay. So SAFE framework, the way that they built it, don't even respect that kind of putting people first, putting the worker, those you hire for their skills and knowledge, and then after you tell them what to do. What is this? And especially in 2021, we should evolve. Huh? Remember last spring on LinkedIn, especially on Medium, and also the HBR from Harvard University, all of those thinkers that never did shit except going to school to have a PhD, and they lecture us, the practitioner, on how we should manage. Again, you see the word are important. It's not manage. We need leader. We need servant leader. And SAFE will not get you there. I'm sorry. So I will continue. What of the other reason why SAFE is not agile? So you see right off the bat, the 4 values of the manifesto, which is the guidance. I'm not saying to apply it exactly as it is, because you could actually tailor it for your business. And even right now in 2021, after 20 years, after we are in the mode of business agility, which is, another step, it's out of the software development team, it's out of IT. It's for everyone. It's for marketing department. It's for the, what we call the HR. For me, it's human relation, not human resources. Walter and I, we are not resources. We are human beings, for God's sake. So this is why HR, if you want to keep HR, call it human relation. This is the modern way to do things, because words are very important, because you sense some kind of an energy to it. It's a value system. So SAFE will just create a big structure, a train release. What the fuck is that? And again, as Mike and myself and all the community of Enterprise Scrum for Business Agility and us at the Agile Lounge, scaling a framework or a method doesn't exist. Stop it, okay? Stop it. You scale your business and you transform your business. So there's no such thing as scaling agile or an agile transformation. It's your business, your team that you transform, okay? And SAFE is not even like, they don't care of people and interaction. No, they don't. They care about the process, the second pillar I explained before, okay? And it's very rigorous. It's massive. It's like my colleague reminded me the other day, Asterix and Cleopatra, I think it was, the 12, I don't remember in English. Anyways, that was it. I mean, like, you remember, especially for the French people, but I think like it's probably available in German and English, because he remind me of this. Like, you have to have the blue paper and the pink paper to get the A38 and da. So SAFE is creating that kind of environment that at the first place, the manifesto telling you to keep it simple and efficient, lean thinking. Yes, because Agile, again, the Agile Consortium, it's lean thinking, do more with less, and smarter than better and faster, because the outcome will be better and faster if you're smart enough at the beginning. It's normal. And then the plus, customer integration, user integration, collaboration, input. So that's the thing. So SAFE is absolutely not there. This is not an opinion, it's a fact, because when you read their introduction on SAFE, they don't respect the 4 values of the Agile Manifesto right off the bat. All the change, the game changing we were proposing and we tried to build, okay, since 2001, they don't do this. So I don't even know why the Montreal market, especially on both language, by the way, but especially the French, because of course the French and the German is like they have a broom in the fucking ass and they just like follow the fish bank, huh? So I don't know what's happening, but the English people and the Latin people seems more open to the thing. So anyways, ranting, I'm disgracing right now, I know, but I'm passionate about this because I read the entire thing. I even been into a training of SAFE and I was like, oh my God, they don't get it. They don't get it. Scale Agile Framework. What a loosey name. It's anti-agile, anti-pattern. So they don't even like, this is it. And they don't put people first, and especially their interaction first. No, they will put very rigorous and massive process and all of that structure that everything should be fall into place. I know, okay, I have to be objective. I know it's kind of a proposition they made, but all of the practitioners of SAFE seem to take it as the Bible, and they apply it like a one-size-fits-all in any organization. This is wrong. It's the same. I will tell my colleague, don't apply the 4 values and the 12 principle or the Scrum guide or the Kanban university book as it is. No, you have to listen to your customer. You have to listen to your developer, your designer, your people, every stakeholders of an organization you'd like to help. If you really want to help as a coach and a consultant, first, you need to balance Consulting and coaching. Huh? Do you know the difference? Tell me in the comment below if you know the difference between consulting and coaching when you are a business coach, an executive coach. Huh? I don't care if the letter is next to your name. What have you achieved, and do you understand the balance between consulting and coaching? And the first thing you should do, guys and girls, open your ears, listen, take note, shut the fuck off at the first meeting, ask questions to make them talk. You're gonna know them. You're gonna know their product cycle. You're gonna know their marketing things. Even gonna know like the impediment, which department is actually blocking them to be efficient with those procedures. And SAFe don't do that. Sorry, they don't do that. So this is why Mike Beedle and we start writing it on LinkedIn and other social networks without the hey, because it's not agile. It's just a scale framework. It's a scale framework. What do they scale? We don't know, but they scale something. Oh, and they have an RT, a release train manager. It's so 1991. Yes, because in 2021, we don't want manager because they manage shit. We want leaders that they show us empathy, that they show us, they actually teach us the best practice, they suggest us something to do, and they let us build our autonomy. SAFe doesn't do that. SAFe is just creating a kind of slave environment of the developers and the designer, because sprint after sprint, or if you prefer a non-Scrum word, iteration or incrementation, is just like you didn't respect it, so you lose point and this and that. And it's always regressive, as agile is progressive movement. Okay? And of course, these type of mindsets, sprint after sprint, with pushing back on the item in the backlog instead of a proposed value into a value list. So they will create technological debt. Yes, and the user that's using a customer relation management software will always be pissed because it's missing something, because you created debt on your SAP system, using a CRM, on your Oracle system, whatever. That's an example here. So yes, you have technological debt that will increase, and you don't take it care because, the sprint goals have to be exactly follow as it should. No. You have to listen to maybe a developer or a build master who will tell you, we need a new machine to be more efficient, because otherwise all of these code will be scrapped there. So anyways, and this, even though I will give you like information from my great mentor here. He says like, you will just build the wrong thing. And especially in the SAFe system with the process, you don't do a collaborative meeting or an open space meeting with the marketing. You don't even talk with your user, as Agile is highly suggesting, to uncover new ways together with the client. Okay, because it's the client at the end of the day that will use the apps you built for your Android or iPhone, that will use the CRM system. And you never ask Walter how efficient it is to make some functionality into the systems or whatever. He doesn't have to be a high technical guy, but he could share his experience and also his client experience when they receive an email, whatever, what have you. So that's about it. So SAFe doesn't get you there, because SAFe, they don't even like supply the product management mindset. They are still in a project management with a beginning and the end, and the release is not in continuous deployment and continuous development. They just do a sprint goal and they don't maintain the software if it's a software, what mostly it is. It's all decision is centralized into that. Oh my God, the sun is gone. Sorry for the light. So they are delegated. It's a delegated release trainer manager. What is this? It's centralized. The decision is centralized there. The Scrum Master just become what we call a statistician to make reporting. And it's not the job of a Scrum Master. The Scrum Master is there to facilitate a good behavior and a good harmony between the team, and also linking the business with the people that work to develop the software. So by delegating and centralizing all the decision to the RT, and the RT only will speak to the C-level suite. The RT only will actually make deal with the product owner and so on. So no. The team should talk to those people too at some point, as agreed with the team working agreement. I cannot tell you exactly what it is, because I brought up 938 teams to Scrum since my last 17 years, and none of them is exactly the same way, because we uncover new ways, remember? Okay, So why is SAFe is not agile, not even Scrum? It's those points. It's not even in the process to have a Scrum as a service. There's no continuous deployment. Even like, some team told me, we did some Kanban board. Yeah, Kanban, actually, exactly. Kanban in Japanese just means a visual board that you put on the wall with some post-it if you want, whatever. Okay? So, of course, any Scrum team could do it. Any Lean team could do it. Probably the SAFe do it. But it's not because you do it that it's efficient. Okay? Because if you don't understand why you do it, and if you just move the sticky when you didn't interact with the QA person, because do you have a definition of done? No. Even some pure Scrum team forget about a definition of done. They don't agree together what it's done. Is it done when the SAP model is tested, or it's done when whatever? What is done? Okay? So you don't even know. So even if you have any board and you move stickies or post-it, doesn't mean shit. Okay? And of course, they are so concerned about building procedure and building non-meaningful meetings with I don't know who people instead of gathering together, and they think they deliver something. No, they don't deliver anything. They just deliver that they are on time, on budget, like the regular project management institute showed you on the PM block. So you see, that's even a counter-revolution of the agile mindset to say, let's pass from a project management to a product management that will satisfy those who actually purchase the fucking product. Because I'm sure no customer purchased the project. They purchase the product. So the product cycle is more important if you'd like to have some. And when we said like the RT is just concerned by the, what we call the value stream, but actually SAFe people doesn't understand the value stream because they are segmented into who they talk with. Usually, if you'd like to build a value stream, sorry, yes, I'm screaming, and you would like to show it to everyone in the organization, I think the use of business model canvas are a lot more interesting to it. What other point that it makes us said objectively that SAFe is not agile, is not even Scrum? Here's another one here. The mechanism of adaptation are not sufficient with the SAFe process. Because even if some team will kind of use of a Scrum thing, because of course, inside this big structure they have and the big process flow, what they do is they could do some kind of Scrum. But most of the organization that actually purchase SAFe, yes, because SAFe is the only one copyrighted. Could you imagine that? You purchase training, coaching, and the process itself. So no matter why, most of the consultants out there are applying it by the book as a one-size-fits-all, because the CIO might have put a lot of money into it, and it's clearly too much expensive, right? We all agree with that. So this is why this is not even agile, because agile will tell you like, no, it's open source. Scrum, extreme programming, pair programming, Kanban lean, DevOps, all of this are culture, open source, open development to discover new ways every day for delivering actions and meaningful values. So guys, this is the core, the art of agile that we celebrate now in 2021. And I see right now on LinkedIn so much, how could I say that, useless posts, people celebrating, they don't know what, and they just want to put something here and that. No, you should celebrate it as Agile Lounge and they're real agile, celebrating it by being thankful to Jeff Shutterland and Ken Schreiber, the co-creator of Scrum, being thankful to Ken Beck, the creator of Extreme Programming, being thankful to Mike Beedle, my late mentor, because it's people first. And you guys on LinkedIn right now, and Facebook, especially Facebook, I don't see that much, but you're just posting, me as an agile business company, the Agile Industrial Complex, we are doing this. Yeah, you do things, but you do dumb shit, especially with SAFe. So there's no adaptation. There's no real value for the user with SAFe. So this is why we need more agile leadership before scaling agile, because again, I remind you, you just scale the business to make more profit. You don't scale a methodology, you don't scale a culture. You scale the business itself. You want your business to grow, and you will use the agile value and principle to make decisions to have valuable and meaningful action. Okay, so this is the mission of Agile and the efficiency of Scrum. And again, if you don't understand substantion, you don't understand Scrum. All right. So that was it. So my Dare Real Agile Jogger, that's cool. It's a 25 minutes run. And I think I said enough. And as you see in my forehead, it's very hot here in Cancun. So thank you again for the light. I don't know if it's my great roommate who's responsible for that. So maybe I will invite him more often to my vlogcasts. And again, for my runner out there on Spotify, Deezer, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts, if you'd like to see me live every Friday around noon, I'm live on my YouTube channel. That's growing. Again, thank you for the 13 new subscribers since last week. I'm very thankful for that. And again, like this video, like this podcast, share it to someone to inspire them to the real Agile, the truthfulness, authentic, disruptive way of talking about Agile, because this is what Coach AF is here for, to remind you also of the objective, historical reason of that movement, and everything. So this is not just opinions. Actually, it's not even opinion that I talk today. It's fact. And I invite anyone to try to debunk this. If you say safe is Agile or Scrum, I'm sorry, you're wrong, because I just demonstrate that the way the process is made, the way they value procedure, the way they value time slot, the way they work as a project management instead of a product management, they don't even like, it's no people first. So if it's not people first, it's not Agile. Period. You don't need this Agile intelligence, whatever. And again, it's a difficult time for everyone. If you like to do more than a like and a share and comment your thing to help me with the algorithm of all these social networks, you may also use, especially for my YouTuber right now, the link is in the description to send me a PayPal tips or even a Bitcoin. Yes, I have a Bitcoin wallet since 2009. I won't say that much. And for the Canadian, you could also use the Interact to send me money at the address below. So I thank you very much. It was Coach F from the Agile Lounge at the Dare Real Agile podcast. So for the YouTubers, see you this Friday for the celebration of the 20th anniversary of the manifesto. That will be a more relaxed, lungy type of noon vlog. And vivo the otro ciudad de Playa del Carmen, probably. So I thank you very much for listening and see you soon. Cheers.